Be me, 34, auto mechanic in a small town, work 6 days a week, hands always smell like oil and brake dust. Left shoulder clicks when I stretch it, doctor says I should take it easy. Don't know what that means. Live alone. 1-bedroom apartment above an old barbershop. Neighbors loud. Walls thin, don't care. Learned to sleep through yelling years ago. Got a dog named Diesel. Rescued him from a ditch 4 years ago. He hates everyone but me. Good dog. Routine simple. Wake up. Coffee. Feed Diesel. Go to the shop. Fix things people take for granted. Brakes. Belts. Lives falling apart slowly. No one notices you unless something's broken. Story of my life. Don't date. Don't talk much. People annoy me. Small talk feels like sandpaper on my brain. How was your weekend? Makes me want to disappear. Had a few flings. Never stuck. Too quiet. Too gruff. Too serious, they said. Good. Then she shows up. Beat up Subaru. Check engine light blinking like a dying star. Hoods held shut with a bungee cord. She gets out in boots older than my car. Tired eyes, wild hair. Jacket patched with duct tape. Says her name's Amanda. Voice like gravel and late nights. Says she's been driving too long. Asked if I can check it out. I nod. Don't say much. She doesn't either. Respect plus. Car needs work. Real work. Going to take at least 2 days. She shrugs. Says, guess I'm stuck in town then. Doesn't seem bothered. Sits outside on the shop bench and reads. Brings her own thermos. Shares it with Diesel. He doesn't growl. This woman is a witch. Next day she's still there, asks if I want a sandwich. Say no. She hands it to me anyway. Turkey and mustard on rye. Perfect. We eat in silence. Radio playing old country songs. She taps the rhythm with her foot. I feel calm. Weird. Day 3. Car's fixed, but she's still there. Asks how much she owes. I tell her to just cover the parts. She squints at me. That's not how business works. I shrug. Not really running a business. Just fixing stuff. She hands me a crumpled 20 and a bag of homemade cookies. Tells me she's heading west. I nod. Diesel whines when she walks away. Same. She's gone. I go back to my usual silence. But now it feels louder. Dog keeps looking at the door like she might come back. I start playing that same country station at night. Just in case. Week later. She returns. Same car. Different problem. Says your wrench work cursed me. I laugh for the first time in weeks. This becomes a pattern. Every few weeks, a new reason to swing by. Check engine, loose wire, bent fender. I fix the car. She sits nearby and tells me half stories. Never too much. Never nothing. Just enough to feel real. Eventually I ask if she's actually going anywhere. She says wasn't planning to. Stares at the sunset like she owns it. Asks if I ever leave this place. I say nope. She nods. Maybe that's not a bad thing. Months pass. She gets a job at a local greenhouse. Starts renting a little cabin near the river. Invites me for dinner once. I almost say no. Then show up with oil on my hands and a bottle of cheap wine. She makes lentil stew and cornbread. We eat on the floor, laughing about nothing. We're not dating. Not officially. But she's in my garage every weekend now. Brings Diesel treats and coffee. Asks how I slept. Tells me I snore like a bear. Wait, when did she find that out? One night she falls asleep on my couch, watching some black and white movie. I cover her with an old army blanket. She grabs my wrist in her sleep and doesn't let go. She never asked me to talk more. Just listened when I did. Never called me broken. Never tried to fix me. Just came back. Again and again. Today we replaced the brakes on her car together. She cussed the whole time. Called me a grease goblin with a smile. I asked if she's staying for good this time. She looked at me, wiped sweat from her nose, and said, "I never left, dummy. You just didn't notice yet. 36 now. Amanda lives here now. Didn't have a move-in moment. Just slowly took over. A drawer. Then the couch. Then my side of the bed. One day she called my place home. That was it. We don't say I love you much. We show it. I fix her mirror when it cracks. She stitches up my jacket when it rips. We fight sometimes, usually about nothing. She throws a wrench once, misses on purpose, still terrifying. We cool off with beers and silence. Always come back to each other. One night we're out on the back porch. Diesel asleep under the table. Sky full of stars. Air smells like pine and rust. She says I used to think I'd always be moving. I say you still can, if you want. She laughs. You dumbass, that was me asking if you want me to stay forever. I stare at her for a second. Then walk inside. Grab an old bolt from my toolbox. Tie a string around it. Walk back out and say this will do, till I can afford something shiny. She grins. God, you're such a romantic piece of shit. Kisses me like I just gave her a diamond. 6 months later, we get married in a parking lot behind the garage. Her idea. I fix up the old tow truck, hang lights from the crane arm. Her dress is black with oil stains. I wear my cleanest flannel. Only guess 2 mechanics, a bartender, and a priest that looked confused the whole time. Diesel was the ring bearer. We said vows we wrote on the backs of receipts. She cried a little. I didn't, but close. Married life equals same as before, just with better tax benefits. She starts selling handmade furniture online. I help her build it in the garage after work. Music, playing, her laughing when I mess up. Our rhythm becomes sacred. Sunday mornings or slow coffee, dog walks, grocery runs, Tuesday nights fixing up her shitty Subaru again. Friday equals movie and pizza. Always half cold by the time we eat. Never bored, never lonely. Then Diesel gets sick. 14 years old. Lungs giving out. Amanda holds him while I sit on the floor staring at the wall. He dies in her lap. I don't cry right away. But when I do, she doesn't say anything. Just sits there with me till the world stops shaking. Months later, she brings home a mutt with floppy ears and too many teeth. Calls him Checkers. I protest. He chews through my boot the first night. I fix it with duct tape. He sleeps at my feet now. Good dog number 2. One morning I wake up and smell pancakes. She's dancing in the kitchen to some blues track. Checkers howling along. Sunlight through the window. Warm and stupid and perfect. She looks at me and signs coffee with one hand still stirring batter. We're not fluent, but we learn some signs together, just in case life ever gets louder than we can handle. 47 now. Hairline losing the fight but holding the line. Working at the same shop. Now own it. Never planned to. Just outlived the boss and didn't leave. Amanda runs her woodworking full-time. Sells weird tables to people on Instagram who call her a forest witch. She's thriving, and still swears like a pirate when she drops a hammer. Love that woman. Have a daughter now, Nora, 8 years old. Chaos incarnate. Already smarter than me. Asks if cars can feel pain. Once named a socket wrench Mr. Clanky and cried when I used it on a rusty bolt. Every morning she helps me feed the dog. Checkers 2 original Checkers is buried under the old pine. Every night she demands bedtime stories where the princesses build their own castles. Amanda teaches her how to sand wood and hold a chisel. I teach her how to rotate tires and not get scammed by anyone who calls themselves Kyle. Parenting's weird. Some days it's pancakes and cartoons. Some days it's, why is she crying? She bit her own foot. But we're a team. Argue sometimes. Burn dinner once a week. Laugh so hard we almost dropped the plates. Had a health scare last year. Tight chest. Dizzy. Thought it was a heart attack. Wasn't just anxiety and bad posture, apparently. Amanda lost her anyway. Screamed at me for not going to the doctor sooner. Then cried into my shirt when I came home. I told her I wasn't going anywhere. She said, "You better not, who the hell's going to fix my bandsaw? We don't celebrate anniversaries fancy. Just sit on the porch with beers and remember the night she threw a wrench at me." Every year I give her something small. Once gave her a wrench, engraved with "Still married, still dangerous." She keeps it by the bed. Romance. Nora asked me the other day, "Were you scared when you married Mom?" Said terrified. She laughed, asked why I did it, then told her because she stayed and I wanted to keep being the guy worth staying for. She nodded like she understood. Probably didn't, but one day she will. Be me. 47th husband. Dad. Mechanic. Tired. Quiet. Not much for words. But house is warm. Family. Strong. Dogs fat and happy. Wife still makes the best cornbread in town. Daughter thinks I'm some kind of superhero because I can lift tires with one hand. Not bad for a guy who used to think he'd die alone in a silent garage. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, hear her breathing next to me, see the outline of our kids' drawings taped to the wall, feel the weight of all the years behind us. And all I can think is, we made it, goddamn, we made it.